Hello, today I'm doing a June recap. I'm going to go through finished objects, which there is only one of, so don't get too excited, whips that I've actively been working on, and any acquisitions, which this month has been a weird month because I've only finished one thing, and I seem to have acquired a lot of yarn. So please, I know I said I was stash busting, but please let's ignore that because I was a woman possessed this month. So we might as well start with the only thing that I finished this month, and that is my festival top. I don't know what yarn it is because I got it from a charity shop, but I don't know if you'll be able to tell, it's like boucle. This turned out really well. I don't normally knit summer knits. I'll put a picture of me wearing it, hopefully, if I remember. I don't usually knit summer knits because my bust is significantly bigger than my waist, and I just feel like things always look weird on me. However, this might be the thing that changes my mind. I think I will knit another one at some point, maybe a black one. But yeah, if you have any patterns, if you're a busty lady and you have knit summer tops, please put your recommendations in the comments because I want to be able to wear more of my knitting in the summer, but I just feel like it looks weird on me. I don't know if that's a me problem, but yeah, there's the only thing I've finished, so that's fun. But I've only worn it once so far because it took me a while to finish it, to be fair. Small needles, but yeah, would definitely recommend this. It's quite easy to customize as well, so I think why I like this so much was because I added a few more decreases on the body so that it would, I don't know if you'll be able to see, I decreased more than what the pattern said you should on the body just because I knew I would want it tighter. My only issue was I did I can't remember what cast off it's called. It's the one where you bind off normally, but it's stretchier and it's still a little bit tight. So I can get it on fine and get it off fine. It just is a tiny bit hard. However, I think I'm gonna thank myself for this because I'm not gonna put elastic in it because it's quite tight. But I think if you did a really stretchy one, you'd have to put elastic in it. But yeah, that's the only thing I managed to finish in June, so that's fun. I have made a little bit of progress on a few different things though. So if we start off with the one that I don't think you're going to be able to tell that I've actually made any progress on. I did a couple of stripes on this. I worked until I ran out of blue so that next I can start on the sleeves because I am kind of playing yarn chicken with this. So I want to do the sleeves next so that, because I think I might make it quite cropped to wear with like mini skirts. So yeah, I don't know if you can tell, I think I only did like 2 or 3 stripes. But yeah, I have worked on that a bit, but it's got put to one side because I've been working on a different stockinette project, which I will show you in a minute. But yeah, this is the Olga, oh sorry, I didn't even say, this is the festival top by Studio Clara, so there's that. And then this is the Olga sweater by Petite Knit, but I just changed the collar to have rows of 2 stripes instead. I'm going to do that for all the ribbing to have, just to give it a little bit of something, you know. I just thought it'd be fun. So yeah, there's that. That one's not really had much going on with it because I started doing it and I was like, yeah, I want a stockinette project. And then I picked up a different one, which I'll show you after this next one. This one is the I Have Cables cardigan by Typical Bliss. I've made quite a bit of progress on this, but now that I've joined in the round, I think you can see I've only done a little bit of in the round. The cable charts don't quite line up, so I've had like the row for this is different, like the front bits is different to the row on the back, which is not, it doesn't make a difference when you're knitting it and you won't be able to tell, but when like actually following the charts feels like a pain, which is why I've not really done that much on it. But I've wrote out the charts next to each other so that I can see where I'm at, because they don't really line up. But my plan is to try and, once I've finished my next whip, which I'll show you, my plan is to get the body done, and then if I feel like I need a break, I'll just do a sleeve on my Olga sweater. But I'm hoping once I've done the body, I'll just be thinking, oh, okay, let's just get it done. This is knit in Rico Design Fashion Skinny Alpaca. So I think when I do get this done, I think I'll be able to wear it when it's a bit warmer, because alpaca, I don't know, I prefer alpaca to mohair because mohair gets a bit itchy and is very hot, but I don't think alpaca is as hot. But we'll see. It'll probably be a good transition for like spring, or going back into autumn. But this yarn I'm obsessed with because it's like, I don't know if you'll be able to see, but it's light pink, but then it's got little specks of blue and darker pink and orange. You can see it best on the double moss stitch. But yeah, the cables are so pretty. I must admit, when I was first looking at this, the plaits I was very unsure on. I don't know what it was, I just wasn't sure I liked them. But I liked the rest of the cables enough that I was like, it makes sense. Ugh. So now that I'm here, I think it was a good decision, because now that they're in front of me, I think they are really nice. I don't know why I didn't like them in the first place. But yeah, so that's the plan. Once I finish this next one, I will try and get the body done on this, because I think that's what's annoying me is the charts, and then the sleeve is all one chart, so that will be easy. I find I get through cables quite fast because you want to see how it looks, like how the next chart looks. Even though it's like continuous, I feel like I just want to see what the next thing is. So before I talk about my last whip, I feel like I need to talk about a yarn acquisition first, because they go hand in hand. So I bought this ball of Noro Ito from eBay because I thought I needed it to finish this project, and it went down to like half price or less than half price, and I was like, yeah, I'll get it because I really like the colours. And the other thing that spurred me on is one of the Noro Ito colours. It's like pink with orange and stuff, got discontinued, and I really wanted it and I just never bought it, and now I can't find it anywhere. So I was like, I need to get it, because otherwise I'm going to be in the same situation, I'm going to kick myself. And yeah, so I bought this, and everything was great, and I don't know what happened, the psychologicalness of buying that. When I bought that yarn, I was about here, and then within the space of 2 weeks I have all but finished this. So I have a whole sleeve, and then I've just started the ribbing on this sleeve. So, but the annoying thing is I just have the ribbing to go, which is about that big, yeah, and I have this much left. So I probably didn't even need to buy that in the first place. At this point, I'd be surprised if I end up using any of it. So yeah, so that's annoying. So I'm going to end up with a whole one left. But I'm so happy with how this is turning out. I was a little bit unsure because this side, of the yoke is very brown, like there's not much green in it because it's all on this side, but it's not noticeable until I point it out, I don't think, maybe. But I'm really happy with this because I was very unsure about self-striping yarn. I'd convinced myself I didn't like it because of it wasn't all gonna look the same, and I don't know if it's because the yarn is nice to use or if it's because I really like the colours in the yarn, but this has definitely made me change my mind because I think this is so pretty. It's going to be so nice. My only worry is I've not made any modifications. I think the only thing I've changed is I've made the sleeves a little bit shorter, but it's because I'm expecting them to grow a lot when I block it. So the body's full length, and I don't know if that's a mistake. So I guess we'll find out later. But hang on, sorry, I probably should have got these out a minute ago. But I'm also excited because look at these buttons. Okay, did it influence the thing? Yeah, they're just wooden buttons, but I thought they're gonna look so cute. So I was hoping to actually get this finished, so I could say I have two finished objects, but no, that did not happen. But we are nearly there. I'm hoping to finish it in the next few days, and then while we've got a heat wave over next week, I will hopefully be able to block it and put it out in the sunshine, and then I'll have a nice cardigan to wear for when it gets cold again. But I'm very excited about this. It's very, very nice. My plans for if I don't end up touching this or finishing it, I'm going to make a Esther beanie by Rose Knitwear, and have this as one of the colours, and then just use a brown as the other one. That's the only knit book I own. I think I'm gonna do a review on the book because I think it's a really good knitting book, and I don't know, so yeah, if you want to see that, stay tuned. But yeah, I think my plan is to do the Escher beanie. I would, if it was the correct gauge, also make the static mittens to match, but I don't think it's going to work. But I might swatch and just do a bit of a janky set to match, because I think that would be really nice, having a matching hat and mittens. I would not be able to wear it with the cardigan because I think I would look a bit insane, but that's okay. You live and you learn. So yeah, that's the first acquisition. When I say I was a woman possessed this month, it's because I've not bought yarn in months, and then this month it feels like all I've done is buy yarn. It's been, I think, buying that one ball of Norro just opened the floodgates to absolute mayhem, and that's all I've done. So no judgment please, because I know I'm trying to be stash busting, but I couldn't help myself, and all of these I have plans for, so it doesn't feel too bad. So yeah, I guess I best probably just show you. So the first one is actually a very special one. I don't know if you've heard of the Big Little Yarn Company. Her name's Mel. She's based in Japan. She does like amazing hand-dyed yarn, like a lot of like horror movie themed. But because she's based in Japan, I've never bought anything from her because the shipping has basically cost the same as another skein of yarn. So I just never bought anything, and I was always very sad about it. And then a few weeks ago, she announced that she was putting all of her ready to ship stuff online, and if you spent $100, you got free shipping, like worldwide. So I was like, oh wow, okay, I'm gonna take this opportunity while it's here. And I had a look at all the stuff that was available, and I was stuck between two. One was the Shining colourway, which I'll try and find a photo of, but I thought it was maybe too close to my current Norro cardigan, so I didn't go for that. Instead I went for it's based off the Ring. It's from the Spooky Summer collection, but this is the Superwash Merino DK, and I don't know if you can see, but it's got like greens and different shades of blue. I have 5 of these. See if I can hold them all up, which I'm very excited about, because I'm going to knit a port cardigan with these. I think I'm gonna maybe rethink that. I've based the quantity off a port cardigan. You can see the green bear in that one, but I think I'm gonna knit a beige port cardigan and do some duplicate stitch on it. So I'm depending on if that fits nicely, then yes, port cardigan all the way, but if not, I might have to rethink. I'm starting to think maybe even a nice cabled, like a Siri cardigan. I don't know, but I got 5 because it's the only way I was ever going to be able to afford it. And I really liked this colourway. It was actually, I nearly bought this colourway when it first came out because I liked it. My only qualm is because I didn't get to choose the base, I'm not sure, I've only used Superwash once before and I didn't have any issues with it, but I've just never bought it again, which to me suggests I didn't really like it. But the colours, I'll try and put a picture in again. On the little, like, you know, oh, here's the colourway thing, it looks really navy, and I love navy, but this is not very navy. So I must admit, I was very thrown off when I actually opened this package because I expected it to be navy and then with lighter bits and green in. So like a more neutral thing, and this just does not seem very neutral. I mean, it's very summery and nice, but in my head it was going to be like a wintry autumn thing. So yeah, I suppose that's the nature of the beast with hand-dyed yarn. But yeah, I am still very happy with it, don't get me wrong, but in my head it was very navy, and this is not massively navy. It's got navy specs and things. But yeah, so that's the plan. Port cardigan if it fits nicely, if not, maybe a nice cabled cardigan. So that was, I bought that, and then I bought the Noro, and I was like, okay, that's fine. I've bought myself a treat. Most of actually spending the money on the yarn as well was because my student loan people took too much money from me, so they refunded me money, and I thought it was gonna be like 30 quid, and it wasn't. It was a lot more. So I was like, oh, technically this is free, which obviously it doesn't work that way because it was my money to begin with. But in my head, girl math, I was girl mathing my way around it, and I was like, yeah, it's free. So that's why I bought that. And then I found some secondhand yarn, and oh my god, the devil took over me, and I ended up, it's the same yarn, 2 sweater quantities. It is Cedar Haworth Tweed, which is it's woolen nylon or something. I believe it's DK weight, but my plan, I don't know if you can see it, I'm not going to take it out the wrapper, but this one's got like brown and beige and a couple of little orange bits in, and white. I'm going to knit a storm sweater with this, which feels very off-brand because I've never showed interest in the storm sweater. In fact, I'd convinced myself I didn't like it, and then I saw this yarn. It was really cheap, by the way. That's the only reason I bought it. I think I paid like £20 for both sweater quantities, so of wool as well, which is insane. But yeah, the storm sweater, I don't know what came over me, but I saw this and I was like, oh, black sweater, like that's a really good thing to have, a black knit sweater. You can wear that with everything, sort of thing. And then I was like, oh, I don't just want to knit a plain one. And then I kind of was going through Ravelry and having a look at like DK weight sweaters, and the storm sweater came up, and my brain was just like, yeah, that's the one. So I'm apparently going to knit a storm sweater, which I think will look really nice in that colour. I went through all the projects and there was a couple in like darker colours where it was like you couldn't really see the cables that well, like the textures that well, but I think I prefer that because I'm not 100% sold on the texture. But I think in a dark colour where you can't see it that well, where like you can tell it's not a plain sweater but it's got something, I think that will work really well. So that's my plan for that one. And then this one is, it says unknown shade, so we don't know what colour it is, but again, it's got black, orange and grey. It's like a beige, like a really light beige. I'm going to knit the Mega Mood sweater with this because that is a texture I do want to see. It's the one with all the Spectacle Strick one with all the happy face. I don't know if they're sad. Happy faces, I think. Maybe not sad ones. But I thought that would be nice because then it's still like basic because it's plain colour. But you can still see the texture really well because it's quite light. So those are my plans. I am a bit, not upset, but I guess annoyed that I ended up buying yarn. Like, I'm glad I've got it, but I don't know, I was meant to be on a stash busting mission and I've now got 3 sweater quantities and a big ball of Norito. So I'm a bit like, oh, why have you done that for? But I think in the long run it'll be really good, because especially for the tweeds, like they were so cheap that I would have regretted not getting them, because at the very least, if I end up not knitting a storm sweater or whatever with it, I will have a sweater quantity for a test knit or something if I decide to do that again, which I don't think I will. I'm really liking the thought of a storm sweater, I can't lie, which is unexpected, but here we are. So yeah, I'm happy with those, and I also think the Big Little Yarn Co was the expensive one, but I would not have been able to, I would never be able to try her yarn if I didn't do it on the free worldwide shipping thing, just because the shipping I think was like £40. So that was just, I just couldn't justify that. So really, it was opportunistic. But yeah, I'm choosing to see it positively. So I know it wasn't many finished objects, and I've not worked on many whips, but I think it's because I picked up the Sakura cardigan and I was a woman possessed, and I just went for it. I spent most of the last couple of weeks just knitting that, which is why I'm so nearly done. But yeah, hopefully next month you'll see that in all its glory, buttons and all, and I'm hoping, touch wood, I have Cable's cardigan done as well, and if not, maybe the body and maybe a sleeve of my Olga, but we will see where we end up. I'm trying to eliminate all my half-finished whips at the moment so that I can cast on something new, which in a weird way, buying the yarn has actually made me more motivated to finish things. So like, I feel like I've sped through like the Sakura cardigan, because I'm like, well, if I just keep like finishing things, then I get a step closer to be able to cast on like the storm sweater or the Mega Mood sweater. So in a weird way, maybe it's good. That's what I'm gonna choose to tell myself, at least. But yeah, so we shall see what the month of July holds for us. But until then,